You know, when you go to the fridge and you go to lift a jug of milk that you think is full, but it's not full, and the lightness of it sends your arm flying and flinging into space, and a million little milk droplets go up into the atmosphere, up, and you look up into the Milky Way and you feel so connected yet so small to all of the people who have failed upwards before you. And you think about the time that you used to be a piece of carbon just floating out in space and nothingness before you had consciousness. Anyway, Muscles. Muscles work not like a dimmer switch, but like an on-off switch. Muscles, the individual fibers inside your muscle, they're like a tightly wound like cable on a cable bridge, okay? And each one is connected to your nervous system. And when you go to lift something heavy and try to create force, you turn all of them on. When you want to lift something light, you only turn some of them on. As a result, the muscles that you're not using are potentially all of them. You see, you have all of these wonderful muscle fibers, these myofibrils, all through your muscles, and each myofibril is wrapped in a sarcoplasm. Like, you can think of sarcoplasm like a little lunchbox. So the myofibrils, those are the contractile fibers that are responsible for actually contracting and making the movement happen, right? So when you lift something light, you only need a few of these fibers to actually contract and turn fully on. When you are contracting over and over again, you run out of on-site energy, the ATP that is in the sarcoplasm. So your body has to restore that sarcoplasm by way of the liver, and it takes time. And if you fail consistently at doing the same task over and over again, eventually your body will say, we need more sarcoplasm, we need more on-site energy on that storage. So keeping all of these things in mind, this is how we talk about muscular adaptations when it comes to strength training versus hypertrophy training, okay? So first off, remember that you don't use all of your muscle when you are lifting light or with low intensity, meaning that if you want to use all of your muscle fibers that are in your muscle, you do have to use heavy weight or lots of intensity, okay? So once you have all of your muscle fibers engaged, that is wonderful. That makes you stronger, but it doesn't necessarily make your muscles larger, because myofibril hypertrophy, or the expanding of the muscle fibers themselves, those muscle fibers are very, very dense and very small. They don't really get that big. So you can get very hard muscles, defined muscles, but they won't get very large unless you're also repetitively going to failure, meaning that you're stimulating your body to say, hey, we need more on-site energy for these muscles because we keep running out of energy over and over again, right? This is why you go heavy to failure for a bodybuilding range, so that the sarcoplasm, that gelatinous area around each muscle fiber where the energy is for the muscle fiber to contract, that area then expands, and that's what's going to create your muscle hypertrophy, aka toning. So in other words, if you're doing just light weight all the time, you are not going to get any muscle development, and you are not going to get any stronger. You're also not going to get any bone density, connective tissue density, or all the wonderful other resilient things that happen. So you want to make sure that you are working at high intensity or heavy intensity some of the time to get all of your muscle fibers actually turned on. They don't work like a dimmer switch, they work like an on-off switch. So if you are not lifting heavy or to your maximum capacity once in a while, you are never touching like half of your muscle fibers, essentially. So when you are actually lifting heavy, you will notice that your muscle will become denser, harder, and more shapely. But if you want to get also big, if you want to get swole, as it were, you also have to be doing a rep range that takes you to failure repetitively. So it's one thing to be strong, but it's another thing to put on mass. So if you want mass, you also have to go to failure every single time. Either way, what we're looking at is making sure that you're using all of your muscle. So don't miss out on using all of your muscle. Make sure that you are lifting heavy from time to time. I know many of you are working out at home and you say, gee whiz, I only have little tiny dumbbells and I can't invest in larger weights. Well, guess what? You have objects around your home. I know you do, that are heavier in weight. And in fact, coming up at the Nerd Gym, which is our online gym, super duper fun online classes, next month we are going to be doing an odd object lifting challenge in which you can use that bag of dog food, a bucket of cement, your coffee table, all kinds of fun stuff incorporated into your workout, so you're actually using the entire muscle and also getting practice and moving in ways that are very, very functional. So I'm super excited about it. If you would like to join us, go to www.thenerdgym.com. And also, of course, if you have any questions, like, subscribe, comment below, let me know what you like about muscle fibers. I think they're great. See you next time. Bye.